Not taken down a single time during her 5-fight winning streak. She got floored there. And on the other side, Valentina Shevchenko has a takedown in all of her last 7 wins. Last time she didn't get one.
Amanda Nunes.
You guessed it, Paul. The Amanda Nunes rematch in 2017.
That was still a close fight, right? That was a really close fight between her and Amanda. And Amanda's the most dominant champion we've ever seen. Men or women, nobody's dominating the way Amanda has.
And again, Valentina Shevchenko has a big win over Juliana Pena, a finish in a main event. Amanda Nunes has that challenge on her schedule now.
And honestly, I feel like Juliana's one of the tougher fights left for Amanda because she's such a gamer and she doesn't care.
As mean a woman as we have on the roster. Dean Thomas, what do you have?
You know, it seems counterintuitive for her to go to her left, but that's the way she probably should go because that's the lesser of two evils. Because that right hand, although it's a problem, it's not going to be as much of a problem as that left kick or the right hand. Because she's not even seeing that left hand come. It's coming up a little bit short, but she's not even seeing that hand come.
Okay, that's why you're the coach, Dean. That's my boy back there.
See if Murphy can make something of this. She's got her pressed up against the fence on a single leg.
Try to get that takedown. We saw Jennifer Maia. Once she got her to the ground, she was able to control her, but Valentina limp-kneed out of that.
90 seconds gone by round 2.
You take your knee over the lock, and then you point it towards the mat, and then your foot follows it.
Murphy pays nearly every time she tries to engage. Unofficially, she's 4 of 30 on her significant strike attempts.
And from day one, we saw how great a counter striker Valentina was. Lauren's got to get to the clinch and really just close the distance, make the engagements chest to chest.
There's that counter right hook again from the champion.
Left hand high, left hand high. You gotta watch the check on the left and the high kick on the right. Go nuts with this too.
Shevchenko seeing things well defensively. Murphy having a hard time mustering anything that resembles effective offense here.
So strong.
Yes, she is. I mean, that was beautiful. She got to the body lock, stepped inside with the right leg as she torqued her off to that side, rotated her down to the ground, and finds herself back in top position.
Under 2 minutes here to go round 2. Murphy, a jiu-jitsu brown belt. And one of the stronger flyweights, yet unable to provide any resistance on those first 2 secured takedowns from Shevchenko.
Because the problem is you can't just have the same strength as Valentina. You've also got to have the same skill set to match that, right?
Yep.
Because you saw her there. She got stuck. Okay, got the body lock, didn't get that initial takedown. She made adjustments immediately to get it to the ground.
Butterfly, right butterfly. Keep taking that underhook. Good job, boy, good job. Not taking any damage here, good job.
Seems like Joe Murphy trying to lean into the positives that Lauren is not taking major damage here.
Yeah, that is a good thing, right? When there's not much good, you point to that and you tell your fighter things that are going in her direction. But the reality is she's flat on her back. You could never get up when your back is that flat. You've got to start getting to a hip, building to a side. It's the shoulder pressure of Shevchenko.
Yeah, look how tight that is.
Lauren Murphy's look how she's looking over to the right. Valentina's almost like baiting her to go in the direction of her head, then she'll take her back. And the only reason Shevchenko has not passed to the mount is because Murphy's doing a good job of hooking with her right leg at times. She got to her hip, tried to go deep half guard, but Valentina blocked that, killed it immediately.
Nice elbows towards the end of the round. All Shevchenko through 10.
All right, let's take a look. Here's another counter right hand landed by Valentina, followed by left hand. Beautiful kick to the body. Toes landed right on the solar plexus. Shoots in this. She gets stuff. Lauren does a good job to stop it for a second. But Valentina Shevchenko always making little adjustments, ends up on top, and finishes the round there.
Ma'am, are you ready? Ma'am, are you ready? Fight.
All right, Joe Murphy keeping it positive in the corner of Lauren. They believe they will have an opening. Unofficially 5 for 38 on these significant strikes. Shevchenko 27 of 62 with a couple takedowns.
Yeah, John, that's those situations, right, where you're not being completely honest with your fighter. He's telling her how good she's doing, but it's like, what is the expectation?
Well, what's the goal?
Yeah, what's the expectation of this fight? To not get finished?
Right.
Or to go and win a championship? Because what happened in the first 10 minutes does not get you a title.
Right. No.
So you can't really gauge that as a positive first 2 rounds.
And that's sometimes why you hear us say when you have a minus 1,500 favorite, we talk about the underdog maybe taking a few chances, bordering on that recklessness just to try to sort of, you know, bridge that gap.
But that means that they're trying to win. You know, right now, Lauren Murphy, she wants to win the fight, but she hasn't made the sacrifices or commitments to anything that's going to give her a true chance.
Ooh. That's fun to watch.
Yeah. She has survived, though.
It's amazing to hear the rest of the roster just glow about Valentina Shevchenko. You know, she has an effect on you elite athletes that few of these other fighters have.
Because she's phenomenal. When she's on, there you go, look at that. She's just always ready for whatever is coming at her in the cage. Beautiful body kick.
She sat on that right hook that time, boy.
Yeah, and it's making Murphy not even want to close that distance anymore. She doesn't want to get in there because every time she's getting countered.
She gets countered.
But she's got to get through that right hook and try to then land her own off of it. Otherwise, she's just going to have this happen for the next, 15 minutes.
She's getting picked apart right now. And Lauren's tough. Lauren's a tough girl, like she says. Tough woman. But right now she is behind the 8 ball. Maybe like 3 8-balls stacked in a row.
Yeah, a lot of 8 balls. Under 3 minutes here to go in round 3 of a possible 5. Alexander Volkanovski, Brian Ortega waiting in the wings. Valentina Shevchenko turned pro in 2003. We talk a lot about her head coach, Pavel Fedotov. He was mixing the martial arts way before it was cool. And Shevchenko very much talks like a champion that wants to fight until she can't walk anymore.
Well, why not?
Right.
Why not? I mean, we've seen fights before where she's won and she's been dominant, but she hasn't put them away, right? But the problem is when you're as good as she is, you start to expect things. And right now, man, she's dominating Lauren Murphy. But after watching what she did to Andrade, you expected the fight to, look a little different to this point. So maybe we're judging her unfairly a bit, but that's just what comes with being a dominant champ like that.
Gave her a
right back.
punch.
Yeah.
Right back.
We watched a title fight very recently where I said, this is the greatest single performance I've seen in a challenger. And I can't remember who it was, but somebody just beat the crap out of the champion the entire 25 minutes. And that's what you got to do, Paul. When you're going in there as a challenger, you got to go take it from the champ. Because you got to put, it was Moreno, right? It was Moreno, the way he beat Davis.
Well, he finished him, didn't he?
Yeah, but it's like, oh yeah, he finished him. But he beat him up the whole time. And it's a matter of going after the champion and putting doubt. Because if you don't put doubt in the champion's mind, they're going to just continue to do what they do, and that's win. Because winners win.
And Valentina is not doing anything surprising. She's doing her bread and butter move. She's throwing that, right jab, left hand, kick, couple body kicks, couple takedowns when she needs them. But she's going to keep doing that because she's having success with it.
final 30 seconds of this third round. We'll see if Shevchenko goes for a late takedown as she did in rounds 1 and 2. Body kick is there. And it seems like when she desires to wrap her hands around Lauren Murphy, she is able to do that very easily.
Well, she's timing her entries. Every time Lauren throws something with intent, she misses big. So Valentina just level changes and takes her back. Look at this right hand here. This is the first one that she really sat down on. I mean, good on Lauren for taking that shot. Then the jab, pops the nose. High kick.
Whoa.
I mean, she barely missed. She caught her with the toes. And that's the combination you said you love, Paulie.
Yeah.
Where when Lauren tries to get away, she throws a kick. Kick your legs away longer than your arms.
At the last 30 seconds, she's going to look for that clinch, right? You're doing excellent when you get in there. I'd love that happening sooner. If you go forward and start striking with her, she's going to clinch you up, okay? You're doing fine in the clinch. You're close on that Kimura trap. Water's here when you need it.
Lauren, defensively, every time we're backing up, she's throwing the same combo, ending with the leg kick. So we can't break straight up. We're going to have to step once, circle out. She's going to throw the exact same thing every time. She's going to throw left, right, low kick. So make sure we're circling left.
Championship rounds, baby. Hand position discipline, circle left.
Mouthpiece. Thank you. Thank you.
Nice job by our truck with that
Ma'am, are you
replay
ready?
sequence,
Ma'am, are you ready?
showing you
Fight.
Valentina Shevchenko's handiwork in round 3. Championship rounds are upon us. Let's see if Lauren Murphy has an uptick in her aggression here late in the fight.
I don't like it, Paulie. I don't like the direction coming out of the corner of Lauren Murphy. You see that a lot in boxing where the guys, they coach their sons and they aren't willing to tell them what's really happening.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what's happening in the Murphy corner right now. They're doing her a disservice, not being honest with her.
Yeah, to say you're doing good in the clinch, you're not. Getting taken down.
And she didn't carry herself this week as someone who was just happy to be here. So
No, she did not. We saw it earlier, right? I mean, you know, my memory, it's gone by the end. But earlier we saw a fight where it got into the third round. Oh, it was the kid that fought against Dan Hooker. It was Nasrat. Faraz told him, hey, you got to finish him.
Was that a slip?
I believe so. Well, and even earlier on, Cody Brundage
Yeah.
against Nick Maximov,
Yep.
right?
Maximo. Hey, you got to finish.
Yeah, so it looked as though Murphy stepped on Shevchenko's foot there a moment ago.
Foot placement. Conventional versus southpaw.
Yeah,
that
that
happens
happens all the
sometimes.
time.
Yep.
Beautiful jab there from Shevchenko. She just sees everything. Ooh. And Edson Barboza, maybe she isn't, but man, she gets that foot to the target with lightning speed.
She might be faster. She's not as powerful.
A lot of kicks, man. Now she's starting to really go with the kicks because Murphy's done a pretty good job of avoiding the hands. So now Valentina needs to open up all those kicks that she has in her arsenal.
There it is.
And she landed all 3 of those. And therein lies the problem, right? Lauren decided to go in mid-attack. She had to pause because she knew the counter was coming. And then she took the shot and never truly committed to what she was going to do.
Shevchenko has been inches away from a potential fight ender upstairs over the last 2 rounds.
Yeah, she's throwing those front kicks up the middle with bad intent and that left head kick coming around the side.
Well, and you heard Joe Murphy say to Lauren, she ate a right hand there, and now a head kick. Murphy on the ropes.
That's that shot,
Big
man.
left hand. Could be the beginning of the end here.
The check right hook got her.